Hello everyone. This video is a interview video. I haven't done it in a long time. There was an interview video, but it wasn't really. It was just kind of like asking how people were feeling for the prehistoric peril film, which we ended up doing. But this video is going to be interviewing Justin again. The last video I interviewed Justin in our Jurassic films was 2 years ago on September 7th, 2021, and I interviewed him for prehistoric peril for no, not prehistoric peril, for Stranded Survival and Jurassic World Chaos. Well, now I'm going to be asking him about the two films, Jurassic World Herbivore Clash and Jurassic World Prehistoric Peril. So he may come out now.
Hello, everyone.
So Justin is here, and you remember we did something like this 2 years ago, right?
Yeah,
And in that video, Justin had really poofy hair. So
yes, my hair was very long then.
and of course he let his hair really big, kind of for chaos. So if you didn't notice, a little bit bundle of hair around in the back under his hat. So if you didn't know, but well, of course, Justin got to play in two more of our Jurassic World fan films, and he got to reprise
Yep.
his role from the first movie. So
Yeah, I did.
yeah, so Justin, how was it like to being in Jurassic World Herbivore Clash, being an actor in Herbivore Clash, and in Prehistoric Peril?
Okay, so with Herbivore Clash, it was definitely a more different experience with that one because when we were filming Herbivore Clash, it was December, so it was during winter, and it was extremely cold, and so basically having to stand outside for that shot with the when we finally come across the Triceratops and the Stegosaur, when I'm just standing outside in the cold in jeans and a sweater, that was incredibly cold, but it was definitely a unique experience.
And
And
about
then,
Prehistoric Peril?
and with Jurassic Park, it was definitely more. It was experience. We had a lot more cast members on for that, so it was kind of a it was very fun and unique to interact with the more cast members and have we were able to do a lot more things. So it was a lot more fun with all the different cast members involved.
Yeah, essentially, because this is our like biggest cast because it's like 5 characters or something like that. Because in five, yeah, I think 5. Because the other
Five
movies
or
are
six,
either 4 or 2 or something like that. But,
yeah.
and of course, what was your favorite scenes from both of the films?
For as mentioned, I think in a previous behind the scenes video, my favorite for Clash is definitely the scene where you come running across the screen, screaming. That that was definitely a barrel of laughs for that. To be at a film with that,
Mhm.
and for Historic Peril, it was probably there were two that are kind of tied. One would have one of them would have to either be the actually there were three scenes that I really enjoyed filming with it, and that was the ATV scene at the end, which if you've watched, was filmed with the assistance of Bass Control Shop. So big shout out for them for helping
Shout
us
out to Bass
complete with
Pro
that.
Shop.
The other one was the um probably would be the scene where we get tranked from the other mercenaries and then get tied to a tree. when we get tranked, that was definitely a fun scene to shoot. Especially if you've seen the blooper scenes for that. We had a lot of fun behind the scenes with that. Um, and the third one, of course, we weren't in that clip. And the other one of the other mercenaries when they get attacked by the raptor in the kitchen, which is kind of almost a correlation reference toward the first Jurassic Park movie when the kids are in the kitchen and hiding from the raptors.
Yeah, essentially. And well, it was a kitchen, but we were using it as a some random room, like in the movie.
Yeah, like because like I know we weren't technically in that for the shot when we were filming, but it was definitely a fun scene to film.
Yeah, and if you guys didn't know, this movie Prehistoric Peril was connected to Jurassic World Chaos. Some of the locations you saw, like the HQ that they were in, was the same HQ from Chaos, but in our case, it was basically we were kind of like going in parts of that building that didn't appear in Chaos. So
Yeah,
in a way, we were like showing more of the building from Chaos. So
yeah, yeah. But basically, like as because with when we filmed the chaos, we only had a small room to work with, so we had to make do with what we had with that small room. But with this one, we had a bigger space to do it, so we could make it feel like the building was much bigger. Because if you think about it, most labs or research places are going to be a lot way bigger, so there's tons of small rooms. So we kind of used it as the excuses that was just a small part of the small security room as opposed to the whole compound.
yeah, essentially. And we also had the sign from the Suchomimus paddock sign. If you guys saw, that's also from Chaos. And basically, what I kind of pretended recently is saying like when you see us going past that Suchomimus sign, and they said, "Oh, the Suchomimus paddock's nearby." I pretended that the characters didn't know it, but the characters knew, but it didn't show that there was a bridge on this side, that the bridge you saw in Prehistoric Peril. I kind of pretended that that bridge, the characters from Chaos knew about that bridge, but they didn't really use it, so you didn't really see it, and it was like off screen or something like that.
Yeah, deep lore.
Yeah, so some of our stuff has lore because we have our own lore for our fan films. So,
Yeah.
and of course, this, and then I have a question like, what so now I'm asking Justin this: what was your experience in those both movies?
This kind of ties in like with the first question, I guess, in a way. It it was a very fun experience to be able to make these films. Hoverboard Clash was definitely a fun experience. I mean, often you say you've done like a winter shot when just having to be like that, right? I mean, lots of movies can say they've done winter shots like that, but like for most like small kind of fan films, not many fan. As far as I'm concerned, not many small fan films do winter shots because it's kind of hard to get good lighting for it. And then with Prehistoric Peril, it was definitely interesting because we first off we only had like one day to really film, so we really had to crunch in as much. We had to basically do it all in. We almost all the shots had to be done kind of in one or two takes. It was definitely something to be able to do. Um, and also like we had like three locations we always had to go. We had three locations to really go. Well, four if you include the beginning scene that was on a different day, and then with like the bigger cast, it was definitely exhilarating. We had a bigger cast, a smaller film schedule, and all that, but it was definitely still exciting and fun to do.
And yeah, and basically we didn't get to have some dinosaurs that we wanted to put in the movie. We didn't like there were some things we wanted, some scenes we wanted in there, but we weren't able to film it because of the short schedule. So maybe some
Yeah, with the
scenes.
time crunch, it was definitely difficult to get some scenes in with the time crunch. So we had to cut some of our probably more fun and action filled scenes, which is on one hand it's understandable because of the time crunch. On the other hand, it's kind of sad and disappointing because like we talked so much about doing these scenes, and then it's like, oh yeah, we can't actually do it. It's like, oh okay.
And one scene I'm thinking in particular is the waterfall scene. We literally planned this movie all the way back in Stranded Survival, and it didn't make it.
We had actually planned to have a waterfall scene for the next one that we did, but we couldn't do it. And then another one which was kind of disappointing is the Troodon scene where there was the incident where an incident with the Troodon would happen, and my character William chops the head off of it.
And maybe in because you guys probably heard us mentioning that this is not the end of Chris and the Chris and William saga, and we're gonna make the final installment of the Chris and William Jurassic World fan film saga, with like the company Paleotech appearing, kind of like how Dominion appeared. Kind of like how Biosyn appeared in Jurassic World Dominion. For our final Chris and William saga Jurassic film, we will have the company Paleotech returning, making an official appearance, and we will try to maybe put scenes, ideas from Prehistoric Perils cut scenes into that movie. So
If we get the chance, remember, folks, this is an if because we don't know if it's going to be possible, but we will try our best to get into cutscenes.
yeah, and maybe this is like a new question that I didn't ask Justin last time, but um what let me see was was will you return for another movie?
Yes, we have multiple other movies other than the Jurassic series. We have tons of different movies planned, and I definitely will try my utmost to be able to make it for filming schedules. Of course, with me having a job, uh, I cannot always guarantee, especially with distance drive. But for the most part, I will try my best for most film schedules. So hopefully we can get other films out then.
Yeah, essentially. And of course, um in the future we will make a Jurassic Park film based off the 1993 film around the same time as the 1993 film, but with our own characters at that same park around like while though the scenes from the 1990 film were taking place, our characters will have their own adventure. So that's a future film we're going to be doing.
So keep tuned for that.
And hopefully that film we don't guarantee because I don't have lots of money. My parents don't have lots of money. Justin doesn't have lots of money to travel that much either. But maybe we might record in Hawaii in the locations of the original 1993 film by Steven Spielberg. So
If we get if from the owners, because most of the thing that not many people know is the scenes, some of the land where the scenes were filmed are on private property, so we have to get okay from the owners first to be able to go and do that.
and um and in that way we will like be paying homage, and we will like doing like we will be paying homage to the 1993 film when we do that Jurassic Park film. stay tuned for that. And this is the last kind of thing, but that film is not the only one that we're gonna do. There's also a Jurassic World film called um I think it's called Trip. Let me check here. It's where are you? There it is. Jurassic World Trip of Terror. So I have it on my phone. This is the logo, and in that film, Chris Thompson will appear again, but this will be like many years later after the events of the films that we've been doing. That's right, Prehistoric Peril and um New Era. Can you explain about this movie?
New Era or the one you showed?
Trip of Terror.
Triple Terror. Like, yeah. So with that one, we're thinking like maybe like 40, 45, maybe even 50 years after the events of the current ones that we've done. Kind of. So by this time, both Chris and William will be old, and kind of thing like that. And kind of this one will then be the last big adventure before old age catches up to them.
And in this film, Chris is going to be like an old man. And if I'm able to, I will try to find around when we do this. I will try to hunt down try to find a special effects artist to put make me look old and put like a wig and fake hair to make me look old. So Chris is gonna be in his 60s or 50. No, his 60s. His 60s or 70s. Chris is gonna be in that age. I don't know, like originally, like we were gonna have like in this thing have like a new character that Justin would be playing, but um that character would be called Tommy Davis, and that would be played by Justin. But there, like Justin said here, that gave me an idea. Or instead of that, we could bring back William. What do you think, Justin, for this
We
movie?
could do that. Yeah, I mean, like, or as a possibility, right? We could do both. We could bring back William and then have someone else play the other guy.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually edit that right there because then Justin's character is gonna be old too, so we're gonna be both old men. And
Yeah.
and in this film, we'll kind of like this movie. I kind of like influenced, not heavily, but I kind of got a lot of inspiration from JP Free for this movie. So with Alan Grant and some people going on a rescue mission to find someone trapped on the island. So in this movie,
Basically think JP3 mixed with JW Dominion because
essentially.
we'll be we'll be old people like Alan and Elia at that point, but also so it's like we'll be old like that, but also have the rescue kind of up like they did in JP3.
Just gonna fix it here. There you go. There you go. I did it. So this film will be like basically what Justin said. It's gonna be like kind of like based off JP Free with like the rescue mission and stuff like that, but kind of like with like Jurassic World Dominion kind of idea of like old characters and like younger characters and stuff like that. So
Yeah, kind of like a mix of old and new cast.
and this movie would basically kind of have like a similar kind of plot to JP Free with like this couple getting like on their honeymoon on a boat and they get shipwrecked on the island of Penna, which is one of the five death islands. if you've played Jurassic World Evolution, you'll know what that island is. So
I played any of the Jurassic games really, because I mean
yeah,
at
any
this
of the
point
Jurassic games, any of the
all
Jurassic,
of the islands have been mentioned, and by now
yeah,
I think all of the islands have been mentioned in one game or another.
yeah. So and of course they get shipwrecked, right? Continue the story, Justin. So kind of like get
Yeah,
shipwrecked.
no, I'm just
They get
so like
shipwrecked.
they'll get shipwrecked, and of course, well, you know how it ends up when people are on dino-infested islands. They get attacked and hunted by other dinosaurs, and so they have to kind of like in a way what Eric Kirby did from JP3 is like find a place to hide and survive until rescue can eventually come.
Yeah, essentially. And then, of course, then it will come back to like yeah, to Wyoming, where that's where Chris lives. He lives in Wyoming. But I didn't tell you this. In the first movie, Stranded Survival, Chris actually lived in Florida, if you didn't know. So, just for you guys to know, Chris lived in Florida and met up with William somewhere in Florida, and they flew to Costa Rica. So,
Yeah,
just, so if sorry that we didn't tell you that detail, but now I told you. So, well, now Chris lives in Wyoming since the prehistoric peril and new era. He's living in Wyoming, and William
he
lives in Montana,
still lives in Montana. Yeah,
close by to Chris. So that's why you see in Prehistoric Peril, it's not too far away. Doesn't take Chris too long to reach William. So
yeah.
and this movie basically, someone will come after my character Chris and be like, "Hey, like these people got stuck on this island. We really need your help." And me, as my character, still traumatized from the events of like Stranded Survival, Prehistoric Peril, and some of the other movies, Tyrannosaurus Pursuit, Spinosaurus Attack. Chris is still
And
traumatized
then
about
eventually
dinosaurs.
New Era.
And Chris is gonna be like he's not gonna be sure and stuff like that. Like this is a crazy idea. Like
And
I
like yeah, I know it. Like it's like in my younger years, it was easier, yeah, because like I was able to like move quick. But now in my older years, that's almost like that's basically a suicide mission.
yeah, and Justin, what do you think how they get to your character
But
to
like they
come?
kind of mention, like they eventually they'll convince your character. It's like, and then like you call and so like bring up mention that you're going back. It's like, we're gonna need someone to watch your back, so well, guess I'll go get the guns out of storage.
And then of course me and Justin will probably have like special effects on our face, like the we'll probably have like special special
Prosthetics.
prosthetics and latex or something like that to make us look old and stuff like that, and basically special effects like makeup and that kind of stuff, and wigs, beards, that kind of stuff. That
Yeah.
and of course, me and Justin will meet each other again and be like, oh, we've seen. It's like it's good to see we haven't seen each other in a long time. Blah blah blah, that kind of stuff. And do you want to continue, Justin? What happens?
Yeah, like kind of like we'll meet up again and then like as per usual head to Costa Rica and from there go to the islands and head out on the rescue op.
Yeah, and then of course we reached the island without like crashing, that kind of stuff. And that how that movie will this that's how kind of how that movie will go. And then the because every Jurassic movie has a big bad dinosaur that's like the antagonist, the main like the main main villain, main danger that the characters have to run away from. So
I mean, in the first one, it was more like they were just running from the raptors. Meanwhile, with the Minion and Fallen Kingdom, it was the Indoraptor. And I mean, yes, Indoraptor was big, but it was more. wasn't as big as like the T Rex or stuff like that. And then with Dominion, it was more like it was just them trying to get the daughter back. So I mean,
But yeah, but what I'm trying to say is like every Jurassic movie has like a threat or something like that. That
yeah,
the
yeah,
character
yeah, that's fair. Each one has like some kind of dinosaur threat.
and this dinosaur is a Carcharodontosaurus, and you probably heard about that dinosaur. It's a really big dinosaur. I think it's like I don't know too much. I think it's like a Carcharodontosaurus.
I think if I'm correct, it actually is like
Carcharodontosaurus is a it is
yeah.
it
Correct me if I'm
is
wrong, but wasn't it featured in JP3? I think it like had a small cameo appearance.
no, that was um Carcharodontosaurus. Mm, relative.
Like didn't have like short appearance, then like they're trying to find the
Basic, basically it was
satellite.
basically it was this dinosaur is basically related to the Giganotosaurus. So in maybe in this movie we'll have some references to Dominion's Giganotosaurus. So
But
and this
wasn't it
dinosaur, huh?
wasn't it Codonchosaurus that was featured in JP3 when they were trying to find the satellite phone when going
No,
through the
that was Ceratosaurus.
Oh, okay, right. Okay.
That was Ceratosaurus. Carcharodontosaurus was bigger. It was a relative of Giganotosaurus.
Okay.
And
With all the dinosaurs, it eventually gets confusing. It's like, yeah, which ones haven't been featured anymore? Because it's like we know like some of them it's like easy to remember which ones have been featured because like they've been featured in all of them, but like other dinosaurs like make like maybe like a short brief appearance and then are gone. So like which ones have been featured?
so so this dinosaur, because like Justin has told you, a lot of the fans have named the dinosaurs in the franchise. So we gave a
Yeah.
name to this Carcharodontosaurus, this individual, and we named him Derek.
Oh yes, Derek.
It was Justin that came up with the name, guys. Okay, Justin's
I was
like,
like, I wanted to be like just really funny. It's like, behold, tremble in fear of Derek. Like, because like you wouldn't take it seriously, right? So it's like it'd be funny, just like ah yes, the most ferocious reading dance on the island, Derek.
so that we actually this is like his canon name that we've given him, Derek.
Yeah.
So of
Oh,
course
is Noodles gonna make an appearance?
we'll have Noodles appear. If you don't know
Yeah.
who Noodles is a Notosaurus that we were supposed to have in Prehistoric Peril, but it was cut out because I didn't record
Yeah.
it. We didn't have time, and Noodles will probably make an
I named him.
appearance.
Yeah. The canon name I gave him was the Noodles because he's a Noodledontosaurus. So it's like Noodles.
Noodles. And of course, the Carcharodontosaurus, Derek, that dinosaur, Carcharodontosaurus, the Derek individual, will attack the helicopter, destroy it, blah blah blah, and
So basically what Asset 87 did in JP3.
and and then that was Spinosaurus, right? That's it.
Yeah, Asset 87. I think that was.
Yeah, basically what the Spinosaurus did in JP feed by destroying the plane. Carcharodontosaurus destroys the helicopter before we get to it, and we get chased by this dinosaur. And of course, later on, the character Tommy my um Tommy Davis will will sacrifice his life, and Derek will eat him. So if you guys didn't know, that character is gonna sacrifice himself.
Well, in for one movie and immediately dead. Sounds
I'm
about
not-
right for Jurassic Park. Sounds about right for the Jurassic series.
Yeah, so that character is gonna
Introduce a
be
new
Nom
character, only
Nom.
for them immediately to get murked by a dino.
Yeah, and of course, I'm gonna be. This is basically changed. Justin is not gonna play that character. It's gonna be someone else, and basically, yeah, that's basically the plot, and then they'll get off the island. So,
I
thank.
actually have a really cool idea for with the helicopter, how Derek destroys it, right? I'm like thinking like the helicopter landing pad could be at like an edge of a cliff area, and then Derek comes along and pushes the helicopter off.
Yeah, something like that, and
Then it would fall and explode. Like, right? We could do that.
yeah, that would be kind of like simple because just get like a
It would be
helicopter.
simple, but like a cool, right? It would be simple but cool, right?
Yeah, and yeah. So thanks for watching, guys, and
Yep. Thank you.
thank you. Thanks for supporting us, and we've got we've got the the amount of subscribers we have. So we've got 364 subscribers. So
Thank you to every single one of you who has subscribed.
and please support our films, like our films, and support content like this, and we will make more stuff like this. So thanks for watching, and
Yep.
bye.
Bye.